touch that remote. You're tuned into the hottest party in late night. It's the Monique Show. Tonight, comedian Alicia Cooper.
We are back with the first female comic to do stand-up in the penthouse, Miss Alicia Cooper. Y'all let her hear it, baby. You rock that. Give it to me.
Thank you,
Did you
Mom.
just do the prom wave? Did you just do the
Miss
come on
USA?
now.
Hey.
How's your social life?
Well, you know, I'm in my 30s. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm still single. But I'm fine with being single, but I have a mother who's more stressed out about it than I am and will use any opportunity to try to hook me up with somebody. A couple months ago, my grandfather died, and we're at the funeral home supposedly grieving. I hear my mother in the back of the funeral home trying to hook me up with the mortician. And she sounded like Celie's father in The Color Purple. Alicia is old as any house. But she's no stranger to hard work. She ain't fresh, though, but I expect you know that. I run to the back of the funeral home trying to stop this, and I realize the mortician is handsome. I'm like, okay, you got to find the good in everything. He is a mortician. I am always running late for work, so at least this way, while I'm asleep, he can make up my face.
The Gossip Queens.
Please welcome comedian Alicia Cooper.
Yay!
Welcome, Alicia.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
All right.
So what do you think about this whole health care debate?
You know, the health care debate is personal to me because I don't have any health insurance. So I'm like, it's a trip because there was a time when illegal immigrants were marrying for citizenship. Now the citizens are marrying for health insurance. Instead of asking, Instead of asking, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? We asking, who's your provider? Who's your provider? I don't even know any Africans, but if an African man tried to marry me and he had health insurance, my name would be Alicia.
Today on an all-new Ricky.
Oh, I've got him.
Celebrating our curve appeal.
Our next guest is a curvy comic who started getting attention with her performance on the TV reality competition Last Comic Standing. Please welcome Alicia Cooper. Looking cute. Thank you for being here, Alicia. So, how much of your stand-up is actually related to your weight?
I'd say about 20%, and even more once, you know, you end up improvising sometimes. There's things that happen that you can't predict. So sometimes I'll interject some weight jokes in there or, you know, just talk about it off the cuff.
Is it something that always works when you do a fat joke in the audience? It seems to always, like,
Yeah,
that's your sure
it
thing?
pretty much, it's like a fart joke. It works often.
I know. See, you all laugh every time. I know. That is the sure thing for me. All right. So, and what is your sort of your career been like? You know, being a big girl and kind of taking on that industry.
You know what? I think it's been a little harder than it should. You know, I see a lot of girls who aren't as funny, but they're thin, so they get a whole lot of breaks. And you're like, hey, what about me? I'm over here. You know, so I think it would have been easier had I been a little smaller. So I'm going to do a social experiment where I lose, where I lose the weight and then see what happens.
Do you find that there's a difference between skinny comedians? Do they work more?
Oh, definitely. As women, it doesn't matter if you're a guy, but as women, definitely, they'll get booked on more shows and get more opportunities. They're doing more festivals, and you know, I feel like my weight has hindered me in the entertainment industry.
So what would you say to young girls out there that want to follow in your footsteps?
You know, I would just say be you, stay true to yourself, be authentic. I wouldn't change it. You can't really morph into someone else, and they should love you for you. It's your individuality that you bring to the table.
Rebecca.
So, you know, I'm happy to be who I am and look the way I look.
From the 86th floor of the Frigamo Broadcasting Building, it's the Bob and Tom Show. With your hosts, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold.
Bob and Tom.
Featuring comedian Alicia Cooper.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
With our other guest, Alicia Cooper. Alicia, welcome.
Super duper Alicia Cooper, go.
Hey, feeling good about yourself, Alicia? Not for long. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Alicia.
Tom will take care of that.
You were featured on Last Comic Standing, and you just mentioned off the air to me that you just moved back to your hometown in Maryland.
Yes, I did. The money ran out. So I had to move in with my mama, only to realize she had already moved in with her mama.
Uh-oh.
This is a sitcom waiting to happen.
It is. My mama's mama's mama.
My mama's mama.
No baby mama.
I know what it is.
No, I'm not a mama. Thank goodness. That would be bad to come home and bring a kid.
Oh, yeah, would it?
Well, there goes the sequel. Nice going.
What do you think we're going to do in season 3 here?
Of course. Mama's got a new baby.
Mama.
Come on.
Is this true? You're afraid of cats?
I wasn't afraid of cats, so I went over a friend's house. She's one of these single friends with 1,000 daggone cats. Went over her house, and I had on my cute sandals. Her cat reached out and said, "Caw," and scratched my foot. Next thing I know, my foot's bleeding. She gives me an alcohol swab and goes, "Girl, wipe your foot off. My cat has feline AIDS."
How you get tested for that?
Wow.
For about 60 seconds, time stood still. Because when you hear the word AIDS, you don't remember nothing that was said before it. Nothing that was said after it. I was just in shock, and I'm looking over at the cat, and the cat looking at me like, licking his paw like, "Man, we both got it."
Now, do you travel a lot?
I do. As
Yeah.
a comic, you know, that's part of the game,
Well, how do you feel
unfortunately.
about the airlines charging for that baggage?
Oh, I'm upset. I'm upset.
me too.
Not only do I not have health insurance, but I'm broke. So when you charge more and more and give us less and less, it does me in. Because how do you charge $25 to check your first bag?
Yeah. Real.
They know we going out of town, but I fixed them. I stood in the lobby and put everything in my luggage on my body. I had 8 suits, 4 skirts, a Wonder bra, some Feety pajamas. A pair of shoes on my feet, another pair tied around my neck. I sprayed all my perfume on. Drank my scope like it was Jägermeister. You won't get this $25.
How'd you look going through airport security?
Oh, I looked crazy because they were like, "Ma'am, you're leaving your luggage." I was like, "You mean my hat?" I took it all. And that security checkpoint is miserable. You almost got to get butt naked to go through security checkpoint. I canceled my health insurance when I had it because they were giving pap smears at the airport.
In your stand-up, how much is true?
I'd say about 95%.
So where is the class rate?
You want it, boo? Smells like potpourri.
Ignorant and ignoranter. Behave yourself.
Now, did you try internet dating?
Oh, I've tried all kinds of dating, but I mean, I hit the bottom of the barrel when I tried internet dating. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had to learn there's a whole language to dating on the internet. Like, if a guy tells you he loves long walks through the park, his car's been repossessed.
That's good. That's good. I got to remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
If he tells you he loves dinner by candlelight, his electricity's been cut off. And if he tells you he loves renting movies and making it a blockbuster night, he's cheap and he can't read.
How do you feel about men and dating and
It's so
cheating?
rough nowadays. It is really, really hard. And in Hollywood, they don't make it look easy. They make all the marriages look terrible. I mean, everybody in Hollywood seems to be cheating and getting caught. And then when you see the women that these men are cheating with, that's what the wives are mad about. When they see these little scallywags, they being cheated on for. You know, these are some of the most low-rent women on the planet. If these chicks were a Monopoly game, they'd have been Baltic Avenue and Mediterranean. It is ridiculous, and that's what the wives get mad at when they see these chicks. That's what they get mad at. Because if you're gonna cheat, man, cheat up, cheat up. She's so high up that when your wife sees it, she can't even get an attitude with you.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Nobody
all
ever
she can
cheats
do is
up.
run
Oh,
up
they
on you
don't?
and give you a pound like she's one of your dogs. Like, you really outdid yourself this time, dog.
The other ones that are more aggressive.
Exactly.
Because they have to try harder. They're more desperate.
Yeah.
Don't ask how I know. Really don't.
Don't ask.
Because I used to have standards. You know, I had a lot. When you're newly single, you still have standards.
Yeah.
3 years later, check back with us. We you know, because I used to have a laundry list for a guy. I was like, in order for me to date a guy, he has to have a good job, a good car, at least a bachelor's degree, no kids, has to love his mama, love the Lord, have his HIV test results laminated in his wallet. And they have to be less than 90 days old. 3 years later, I was like, just give me a guy with one eyeball, one eyebrow, and a bus pass, and we going to Denny's.
Something that's funny are all these new kids' names. Like all these celebrities who are naming their kids just whatever's laying around the house.
Yeah, just anything.
Like,
anything.
Swiffer, that's my son.
Apple
Swiffer.
blanket.
Yeah.
Anything. Rumored, facelift, whatever they can
My
find.
favorite is Your Majesty. Remember that one?
I
Oh,
love
yes.
Your Majesty.
That doesn't even sound like a name. That sounds like a 2 a.m. infomercial. Like, don't buy one Your Majesty, buy two. And if you act now, we'll throw in a sham wow.
Great name.
But these kids' names have gotten out of control. My best friend's mother's an elementary school teacher. She came to me the other day with a kid's name written on a piece of paper and asked me how would I pronounce this kid's name. And the name was spelled L-A-A. I was like, La-A? La-A? She was like, no, it's La-Dasha.
Do you find it hard when you try to date? Like, how's the dating scene for a female stand-up comic?
Oh, it is so depressing. I didn't realize how fragile the male ego is until I started doing comedy. Every guy I meet, I lie to him now about what I do. I'm like, I'm a prostitute. I'd rather say that than say I'm a comic. Because, I mean, the look on their face and all they say, I don't want you to make fun of me in your act. I said, well, if you're not whack, you won't end up in my act.